I'm Sarah Kelly, and I'm in the zone. And check out my new video.
Your head, eyes off the floor, 'cause your time is coming right after this storm. And don't be afraid of what lies ahead, 'cause it's Jesus, He is calling you now where you've never been. How deep is your soul, and how strong can your heart be? It's never too late. No, not while we're still breathing. No, it's never too late. While we're still breathing. No, it's never ever too late now. Don't close your eyes, 'cause the best part is how the strength of tomorrow meets the power of now. And contentment is the art, yes, and contentment is the answer. So be still, my heart, as you learn to love. How deep is your soul, and how strong can your heart be? It's never too late. No, not while we're still breathing. No, it's never too late. Not while we're still breathing. No, it's never ever too late now. Come on, Eric Mournier. Come on now. How deep is your soul, and how strong can your heart be? How deep is your soul, and how strong can your heart beat? Well, it's never too late. No, not while we're still breathing. No, it's never too late. Not while we're still breathing. No, it's never ever too late now. Come on.
I'm Becca here in Nashville with some great interviews, and this girl is so full of life, so full of energy, but she has such a heart as well that you just want to talk to her on and on and on. Here's Sarah Kelly. Take a look. First off, thank you so much for joining us.
No problem.
Now, I hear that you're kind of a reluctant artist, or you were, kind of skittish about jumping into performing.
A little bit. I've been a songwriter since I was 7. But as far as holding a mic in my hand and singing, that did not come real natural to me. It took me until my college years, really. In the middle of that, my youth pastor came to me and said, Sarah, I think you need to be the worship leader. And I was like, no, don't make me sing, please, you know. But a year later, I finally accepted. And then that was 5 years ago, almost to the day. I mean, literally this time of year, 5 years ago. So I finally accepted it, and here we are. I mean, it's been the speed of light ever since. When you finally accept what God has called you to do and stop being scared of it, it's amazing what comes at the end when you trust what He wants more than you trust what you want.
How did you get to that point? You know, I mean, to that point of I'm doing it, I'm gonna do it, you know, I'm convinced.
You know when you're supposed to do something, whether you want to admit it or not. Like, deep down inside, even if you run from it and you try to bargain with God, no, I think that person would be better, please. I shouldn't be in front of people. I still deal with this, or you know what I mean? Like, you make every excuse you can think of, and they only last so long, and so your excuses run out. And eventually there was nothing left except disobedience. It was either do this or be disobedient. And I did it, and let me tell you, after walking into that fear, it is the most rewarding thing ever. It's what I was made to do, and I didn't even know it. I didn't even know how to dream this big. So it's not that I didn't want to do it, it's that I didn't know that I wanted to do it.
And I know I've pushed you too far. I can't turn it around. And all I have is wrapped up in you. Don't take it away, take it away. Anything that I have to do, I'm gonna do to stay. You don't know what you're holding till it's taken. You don't know what you're made of till you're breaking. And you don't know the fate of one mistake till you realize what you leave behind. Da, da, da. Talk anymore. My chest hurts when I breathe. This is not what we hoped for. I still want to believe, and I can feel the pain that I caused. I take it away, yes, I take it away. Any price that I have to pay, yeah, I'm gonna pay to stay. You don't know what you're holding till it's taken. You don't know what you're made of till you're breaking. And you don't know the fate of one mistake till you realize what you leave behind. No, 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 no. Yeah, you never know till it's gone. Till it's gone. 'Cause I can feel the pain that I caused. I take it away, yes, I take it away. And any price that I have to pay, yeah, I'm gonna pay to stay. You don't know what you're holding till it's taken. You don't know what you're made of till you're breaking. And you don't know the fate of one mistake till you realize what you leave behind. Till you realize
keep it tuned in right here.
No, you're not comfortable with your voice, or
Yeah,
you have an amazing voice. let me say,
girl,
you have a
but
cool voice.
Imagine this in a high school choir, though. Okay,
Didn't blend.
This is what happened. What are you doing?
You stood
I
out.
actually had someone tell me you're actually decent at singing when you don't try
Oh!
to sing, when you don't pretend like you're trying to sing. Which at that point I was like singing nothing. My voice is very, very loud, so I was like, you know, like I was trying to sing really soft to blend in, and it wasn't working. And at that point, I started lip syncing in choir.
Oh,
yeah.
you're kidding. You have a great voice.
Thank you. But it's funny that what people used to make fun of is now what's, you know,
What God's using, yeah.
yeah, what people are loving. It's kind of weird and twisted, but.
Well, speaking of like your teen years, you have a heart for teenagers, right?
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, of course I do. Those are hard years. I mean, the fun years, but they're hard too. They have their own sets of insecurities, and even up through college, you know, you're really deciding who you want to be, who you are. There's way too much emphasis put on that. Like who you want to be, dream the big enough dream. God has a dream for you. You just be obedient and you'll get there. And I'm living proof of that. I never said, I want to be a Christian singer when I grew up. You know, I was literally walking one fear at a time into God's calling for my life. And that's how it happens. And if you just strive to love Him first, no matter what, everything else will fall in line. Will.
That's awesome.
Teary eyes, just sunny skies. Never have I felt so alone, Lord, but my how I've grown. Maybe that's the way it's supposed to be as I'm walking down the street. Maybe if it's just you and me, Lord, we'll never even miss a beat. Maybe, yeah. Take me away. Take me away. All that I love, Lord, is you. It's only you, yeah. Captured by your love, I'm such a fool for you. The day you laid your hand upon my heart, Lord, you tore my whole world apart. Now, yes, you did. There's been so many times I have prayed to hear you speak my name. Though I've never seen you face to face, I search for you night and day, yes, night and day. Take me away. Take me away. just take me away. 'Cause all that I love, Lord, hears you, hears you. It's only you, yes.
Now, you had struggles yourself as a teenager that I think I read something like that you dealt with, like, was it depression?
Man, yeah.
And then you're trying to use that to encourage teens or girls.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's not too many people in this world who haven't had a suicidal thought at some point in their life. I acted on it. I'm not proud of that. I don't sit here and say, this is my testimony, I want everyone to learn from it. I'm not proud of what I did. I really shattered some family members, and it's something that if I could take back one thing, it would be that. And people that are thinking about doing it, it's not worth it. It's not worth what you will put the people you love through. So don't. And then, I'm sorry to be so short with you, but
No.
just don't. Don't do that. And learn how to deal with it some other way. And hit rock bottom before you hit rock bottom. Does that make sense? Cry out to God before you get to the hospital.
What can people do to get to that point where if someone's like a teenager's out there watching us, she's watching this interview right now,
Yeah.
what would you say to him or her?
I would say that if you understood this much about what God thinks about you, that you would love yourself. You would feel warm when you think about His name. He loves you. That's what I would say. He loves you, and when you see what He thinks about you, you can't help but like yourself too.
I love that, and you would feel warm when you think about his name. That's cool. That's
He's real. He's as real as you and me are.
yeah.
He's
Define God. Describe God. What your picture of God is.
He's who I stay in constant conversation with all throughout the day. He's what I strive to please unashamedly. Strive to please. With every action, every motive, every attitude. I really want to make Him happy with my life, with everything about my life. And every day is just an attempt at that.
Well, I think you're making him happy, Sarah.
I think so too.
Yeah,
I think so. I think
you
so.
are.
I feel so. I feel His warmth, you know.
Yeah. It's evident in you. I mean, when you walk in this room, it's evident in you. Very much so.
Maybe I trusted blind too many times, and on it goes. to let it go. Oh, let it go. In the light that guides my way, and all my tomorrows and yesterday's sorrows, made in this passion here today. I say, feel my heart beating, believing so deeply in the light that guides my way, and all my tomorrows and yesterday's sorrows, made in this passion here today. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hey, this is Sarah Kelly, and you're watching The Zone. Keep it tuned in right here.
He said that I would never be
worship with you. Worship through circumstances.
Yeah.
How do people do that?
Man, I love to talk about this.
Good.
Okay. This is what the last couple of years have been some my faith has been tested, okay, in the last couple of years, and there's been some circumstances that I didn't understand that were happening. I know there's things that people can relate with, things that you almost think, if that junior higher or that high schooler, that if God really loved me, why would he let them do that over and over and not do something to stop them? I mean, or somebody has a miscarriage or something of the sort, something where almost God looks cruel, because he lets it happen. And I've walked through a couple of these things this year, and this album was, or not this year, but a couple of years ago when I was actually in the writing of this album, and it was a literally me praising God through the middle of circumstances I didn't understand. I was not a goatee artist. I love the Christian industry, but that was not where I saw myself at that point. I was not willing to accept that yet, so I just wanted to go around and work with the worship teams, and this was something I was going to sell out of my trunk.
I'm just how do people get through that when they're dealing with these issues? How do they praise God through it? How does that happen?
Absolutely. This is what I say, that definition of true worship. It's like Paul and Silas. They put the perfect example of worship out in front of us, and that's my goal at every show, at every worship event, at everything, is to see people in the middle of who they really are, in spirit and in truth. That's what that means. In spirit and in truth, in the middle of who you really are, not leaving your situations at the door, your doubt if he's really real at the door. You bring that in with you, and you worship in the middle of it. And just like Paul and Silas when they were in prison, and it wasn't really fair that they were in prison, and God looked like he wasn't coming through for them, but they worshiped. It says that they prayed and sang hymns to him in the middle of that prison. And because two people worshiped with all their hearts, later on in that scripture it says that the whole prison's chains came loose. Not just the people that were asking for it, but everybody around them. And that's worshiping God through your circumstance. They're the perfect example of that. I think valid worship is faith-filled worship. And that's how you release your faith into your circumstances, through your worship.
Why must this road come to an end? What was once right now seeming so wrong? But even the sun has set, my friends, and the time has come. We must be moving on. It's time to say our goodbyes and move on. Remember me well. I'll be cherishing the good times, forgiving all of the bad times, moving on. Remember me well. And it's a not so distant melody, and it's singing softly, ringing right in my ear. Yes, it's a bitter, bitter sweet memory, with now one too many tears. It's time to say our goodbyes and move on. Remember me well. I'll be cherishing the good times, cherishing the good times, forgiving all of the bad times, moving on. Remember me well. I'll remember you well. Ya-da-da.
All right.
Give us something special.
3, 2, 1.
Hey, this is Sarah Kelly, and you're watching The Zone. Keep it tuned in right here.
Okay, good. Now pitch to your video.
My video?
Well, you have one.
For future.
Future.
Seriously, just say,
It's all
Sarah.
about prophecy right
Well,
now.
we don't need the
Okay.
name. Just a,
Like,
a general one.
You're like, same thing.
Sarah,
I'm
you
Sarah
watching
Kelly
The
here in
Zone?
the zone.
Here comes
My
one.
video's next.
Here in the zone. I like that
Yeah,
one.
and then
Thanks.
my video's coming up or
Here's my
whatever,
video.
something like that.
Check out my video.
Someday.
Pete, my video.
Check it out.
video.
Watch it. Love it.
3, 2, 1.
Hey, I'm Sarah Kelly, and I'm in The Zone. And check out my new video.